My boss told me I'd never make it without the company. I said, "You're probably right." Then I quit and took his 3 biggest clients with me. I'd been working 70-hour weeks at this marketing agency for 4 years. My boss, Richard, loved reminding everyone he built the business from nothing. What he didn't mention was that I'd landed every major account we had in the last 2 years. While he golfed with his college buddies and took 3-hour lunches, I was the one in client meetings, fixing campaign disasters at midnight and pulling numbers that kept the lights on. Richard had this thing he'd do in staff meetings. He'd lean back in his leather chair, hands behind his head, and talk about the grind and paying your dues. Easy to preach when you inherited your startup cash from your father-in-law. The rest of us were actually living it. Last month, I finally worked up the nerve to ask for a raise. Not even a big one, just enough to match what the industry standard was for someone bringing in the revenue I was generating. I had spreadsheets ready, client testimonials, everything. Richard didn't even look at them. He laughed in my face. "You think you're special? Anyone could do what you do. You're replaceable." Then he leaned back in that stupid chair. "Without this company's reputation, you'd be flipping burgers. You should be grateful I even gave you a chance." The thing that got me wasn't the insult. It was the certainty in his voice. He genuinely believed I was nothing without him. I nodded slowly, said I understood, thanked him for his time, went back to my desk and sat there for 20 minutes, just staring at my computer screen. My coworker Amy asked if I was okay. I told her I was fine. I wasn't fine. I was doing math. 3 clients. The sporting goods company I'd grown from a $5,000 monthly retainer to $40,000. The tech startup I'd personally saved from a PR nightmare that could have tanked their Series A. The restaurant group I'd landed by cold calling for 2 months straight. All 3 contracts had my name on them. All 3 owners had my personal cell number and texted me directly, not Richard. That weekend, I didn't sleep much. Saturday morning, I registered an LLC at the kitchen table while drinking gas station coffee. Cost me $150. Spent Sunday building a basic portfolio website. Nothing fancy, just clean and professional. I used project screenshots from my personal files, the ones I'd kept as backups. Monday morning, I got to the office early. Drafted 3 identical emails to those clients. Professional, warm, no trash-talking Richard or the agency. Just a simple note. I'm starting my own agency and would be honored to continue the work we've been doing together. Here's my new contact information. I saved them as drafts, sat on them for 24 hours, second-guessing everything. What if they said no? What if Richard was right and I really was nothing without the company name behind me? Tuesday morning, my alarm went off at 6 a.m. I stared at the ceiling for 10 minutes, then made my decision. I sent those 3 emails at 9:01 a.m., submitted my 2-week resignation letter to HR at 9:02 a.m., then I waited. 9:15 a.m., Richard stormed out of his office. Apparently, HR had forwarded my resignation immediately. He called me into the conference room, face already turning that blotchy red color he got when campaigns underperformed. "What the hell is this?" he shouted, waving the printed resignation letter. I stayed calm, told him I appreciated the opportunity, but I was moving on, starting my own thing. He cut me off. "You signed a non-compete. You can't just steal my clients." "I never signed a non-compete," I said quietly. "I checked with a lawyer last week. You never actually put one in my contract." His face went from red to purple. He started threatening lawsuits, calling me disloyal, saying I'd be broke in 6 months. I just sat there, hands folded on the table, waiting for him to run out of steam. That's when my phone started buzzing. Text after text, lighting up on the table between us. I glanced down. All 3 clients responding in real time to my emails. The sporting goods CEO. "Absolutely, let's set up a call today." The tech startup founder. "We're in. Just send the contract." The restaurant group owner. "About time you went out on your own." I picked up my phone, opened the emails, and turned the screen toward Richard. His mouth was still open from whatever threat he'd been making. I watched his face drain of color as he read each response, one after another. Then I stood up, grabbed my laptop bag, and walked out while he was still trying to form words.